Yeah.
So we do have it as emergency legislation tonight, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. I know I was scheduled for the SRO, and I wanted to give you a little bit of, kind of a community relations, but I also wanted to update you a little bit. I got 2 officers already started based off of the last. They are in training. The 3rd one is still in his background checks, but he should be starting soon. Everything seems to be going as planned with that. And then got meetings with both taser company for both body mics, cameras, and actually tasers. I don't have any dollar figures or anything in the works on that yet, but we're moving forward to see what that kind of cost is going to be to update some of our equipment when it comes to that. So just wanted to give you a quick update of what I was working on with that. Met with Mr. Cedar, Mrs. Greenwich, and I hope I pronounced that right, and the principals of both the high school and the middle school, and also Derek Fisher from the Career Center. They had met my candidate for the SRO. They interviewed him. We spent about an hour. They all seemed to be on board and had no problems with my selection. So we're just kind of waiting on you guys and the board from the school boards. Once we get approval from both, we're ready to move forward on that project. So I think you guys have been given a tentative, a rough draft of the contract that we may be going by.
Are we allowed to know who it is that you're wanting to put forward or not?
Yeah, I don't have a problem releasing the name. I was just kind of holding off till it's official because he hasn't been. He knows he's my selection, but he hasn't been officially appointed to it. So, but it's Patrolman Jeremiah Armstrong. So he was the actual resource officer last year for the brief time. Everybody within my organization knows he's the select. He's been to SRO school, and through the process of the guys that did apply, they knew that he was our top candidate. We just haven't made it official yet because we gotta wait till it is official. So,
how long has he been with the department?
Jeremiah has been with us approximately 5 years, and he has 4 years experience at another department. He has, it was either 9 or 11 years total service. So.
Chief, I met with the superintendent of both the Career Center and the Mount Vernon City Schools today. I was in a meeting with them, and they were both very pleased with all the discussions and everything you've done. They've been very complimentary of the whole process.
Good, that's great. So,
Chief, I have a question, if I may. Is it a rule of thumb that what is one police officer per 1,000 people in a community? Is that a rule of thumb? And how
that is kind of a basis. Yeah, that is usually where, you know.
How many do we have?
We have, counting myself, we have 29 officers.
But they're not all on the street.
No. 2 of those are administration, and then 4 of them are detectives. So
we're okay.
So we're right about where we're supposed to be for patrol officers.
Okay.
We have 21 listed for technical patrol. So
thank you.
Any other questions on the SRO then, or?
No, I just know that I have talked to different residents recently that are concerned about crime and drugs in the city, as we all are, and I feel like this is a real positive step in the right direction to address some of these problems.
Yeah, we were pretty excited, and even after talking to the principals at the school, because we've obviously been in good contact with Mr. Cedar and Mr. Fisher, because like with the Alice program and everything. Also, I didn't need to have a Patrolman Armstrong is also Raider trained, which is responding to active shooters. So he's already implemented in that training also. So we were pretty excited with our conversation after talking to the principals and how the 3 schools were going to work together. So I think it's going to be a very positive thing moving forward.
Now, would he be able to, if there were, suspected drug activity, which I guess there's always suspected drug activity, to have, dog sniffing? He would be trained to do that?
He won't be trained. Some of the things due to are still having to follow probable cause and things along those lines. He still has like search and seizure laws he has to follow, which the school doesn't. So when they do their drug sniff, he will be assisting in that.
He will be assisting, okay.
They will still maintain the initial searches,
Okay.
but as soon as evidence is found, we step in, take over, we take over the search, the
Okay.
evidence, the crime, the whole
Yeah,
thing.
because
So,
there are people that I have talked to, residents, that think that there should be a lot more of those
yeah.
incidences of the searches, the dog sniffing searches
Well,
in our schools.
And the good thing is, if he sees something and he may not be able to directly act, he can inform the school too, depending on the situation.
Okay, that's good.
And
Yeah.
so we kind of got dual resources there we can use for those kind of activities.
Excellent. Sounds
Chief,
great.
short of search and seizure sort of activities, and that whole realm of drug abuse, I mean, will this officer be equipped to deal, to counsel, to advise, to educate students? Is that part of the mission here?
Yeah, that is absolutely part of the mission. And as he progresses too, he will get further training. We won't stop training just now because he's gone to an SRO school and a Raider. He will now kind of guide more where he wants to lead his training to, and then he'll go through the approval of me. But if he thinks that we're having worse situations here or there, we'll find schools that are appropriate for that type of training, and we will continue his training. But yeah, the training, one of my points for the whole department is training never stops. We are continually trying to get better. And so no matter what the job is, SRO, patrol, detectives, even my position and captains, we continue to train to make sure we're doing things right the best we can and with the resources we have.
Thank you.
Great.
Chief, can there be some effort in the middle school with regard, like, I mean, perhaps not the DARE program, but similar to that kind of thing, to educate some of these young people in the middle school about the disaster ahead of them if they don't?
That will definitely be part of it. Is being an education officer, but no mistake, he is not a DARE officer, and he is not a cops officer. He is a police officer, and his job is school security. He is to work to make sure that school is safe, those students are safe. So that's his main priority, and then everything else is a bonus. So the interaction with the kids, because he's going to make friends quick, and then which will lead into more information, and we'll so he'll have it on down the line from there. But yes, education is absolutely always a goal. So.
Now, do you have dogs available, though, if you need to have some dog sniffing?
Yeah, Danville still has a dog. We are active with Licking County, Mansfield. So we are...
The patrol has dogs.
Oh, and the State Patrol. So we have access to dogs. And when they do the school sniff, that's what they do. Usually the Danville dog comes down, and then we get the surrounding areas to come in, and we do a complete sweep. So.
I was on the radio Thursday, and we were talking about your school resource officer, and we had a call in, and you never know what's headed your way.
Right.
They wanted to say what a good job you're doing.
Oh.
They praised you, and they also...
Did you get their name, number, and how much I owe them? I could probably ask
Well,
that.
they especially liked how you're working well with the sheriff. The sheriff and you, and they said the unity that's going on now, they were really proud of saying that they could say that about both of you because there's no problems.
No, there isn't. Sheriff Schaefer and I have obviously came up through the ranks together. He's got a couple years on me here, but we work together on the road, and we're continuing that. So yeah, we're working real well together, and I think things are going forward really nicely. So.